Hello beautiful people, it's Sinderfam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna be checking this video, and this is about Issa Rae and Amanda sales. So we're gonna be checking this together. Let's check it out.
So producer and actress Issa Rae, she got a little backlash after responding to Amanda Seales. A couple of months ago, Amanda Seales was on Shannon Sharpe's podcast where she showed her behind per usual.
I do not need to change my energy. I don't. And all of those spaces, aside from Black Girls Rock, have contacted me. I don't need to change my energy. What needs to change is how we look at energy.
It was super hard to watch a person that's always a victim in every situation, who refuse to take self-inventory of their own actions, their own behavior, to see the real culprit behind 99% of their problems is the person staring at them right in the mirror. Yeah, sometimes things may happen to you. There may be outside forces that cause issues for you, but most of the time, especially in Amanda's situation, she's always finding herself in some mess. Then she'll start kicking, yelling, and screaming, blaming everybody else around her except for herself. I remember in that Shannon Sharpe interview, she self-diagnosed herself as autistic.
How old were you when you got diagnosed, and did you always feel that you was different and you felt something was wrong?
Well, what's today?
Today is Thursday, the 18th.
So 42 and however many days until I was just recently diagnosed.
Okay.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
And so like I'm over here being this precocious, loquacious child that's always talking, and they're telling her like, why you letting her just do all this talking and all of that? Why she's too fresh? She too fresh. Why you doing all? Why you letting her just run she mouth so? And my mom is like, that's Amanda. Like, let her live.
Right.
And let's be real, most parents.
That what happened?
No, shut it up. If my father had lived with me, I would never have been the person I am now. Because he wouldn't have been able to handle it. And I believe that he is autistic too. He's because he's brilliant.
Right.
He was never seen the way he needed to be seen. And so it turned into narcissism.
But you can be brilliant without being autistic though, right?
Hell yeah.
Yes, but Amanda, sometimes, just because you have a special gift, that doesn't mean that, you have a spectrum, or you have just because you see things differently, it doesn't mean that you're on the spectrum.
So she went on Shannon's show complaining about Issa, the woman who gave her the opportunity, a great role on a hit TV show. A decision I'm sure is one of Issa's biggest regrets. But Amanda, she's been telling anyone who will listen about an Emmy party that she wasn't invited to. She showed up, she was kicked out, or denied access because the woman who threw the party, Issa Rae's publicist, allegedly didn't want Amanda at the party. She wasn't invited intentionally. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. If there is an event and you're not invited or prohibited from being at the event by the person hosting the event, you don't get on social media to complain to other people who also didn't have an invitation to the event about how your access was denied or revoked. It's
Simple. If you're not invited to a party, should you be always invited to all the parties? Make it make sense. I mean, seriously? Sometimes some people want to hold some party with some specific group of people. So the point you're coming out to complain and all of that is not even making sense. So what is the problem? She wants okay. What exactly is the problem? Because none of this is making sense. What is it? What should people do? People should go and invite her to the party.
ridiculous. Let's start there. The whole situation is ridiculous. And you're only embarrassing yourself when you're trying to force yourself into a place where you're not even wanted. There's a reason why you weren't invited and why no one wants to share company with you. I get it. Amanda has an extremely draining personality. She's got the only child syndrome really bad. Just thinking about the lady will probably give you a headache. That's how much of a joy she is to be around.
And she played a role in Insecure very well. Also, the role in Insecure and what she's doing now, are they any different? If you've seen Insecure, let me know. I really love your thoughts on that. Her role on Insecure, and now that she is the real person, is the role different from her real self?
Hey, doesn't matter what your personality is. If you showed up to the event and they didn't want you there, it's really simple. Turn your behind around, go get in the car, and go somewhere else. It's really not that hard. But no, this grown lady's heart was broken and she had to share it to the whole world. She brought unnecessary attention to herself and Issa Rae as well. Now, Issa Rae never really addressed any of this in detail, but after Amanda trashed her so bad on Shannon Sharpe's podcast, Issa recently had a public event where this came up.
Person that I would never work with again. I mean, anybody who's gone on the podcast and talk about me, honestly. Yeah, that's fair. I've had great experiences with everybody I've worked with, though. So for the most part, like, I'm always grateful when people come back.
So Issa said that Amanda Seales is the one person she would never work with again. And she kind of received backlash for it. A lot of folks in the comments saying, why is Issa talking now? Or Issa should have been the one to fix the issue between her PR lady and Amanda. Just a bunch of foolishness. This is the main reason why you stay away from the unhappy and the unlucky. Like in Amanda's case, there's no reason why she shouldn't have been able to live whatever life she wanted, but she's really good at self-sabotage. She's always getting in her own way. And it's amazing how it's always everybody else's fault. Not only is she repellent, but she's generally unpleasant. Obviously, this lady is difficult to exist with. That's why I'm glad she's got all of her cats and dogs lined up at her house, because I think that's the best company she's going to get. But
so wait, let me get this straight. So they expect Issa Rae not to say nothing, and then keep going on and be like, let Amanda doing her thing, and then Issa saying her own. Obviously, if you're gonna be promoting something, and let's say you want to do business, you do business with somebody that is willing to get in business with you. Let's say, for example, you have a production team, and your production team don't want to support your production team. They don't want you to, or they're not seeing the clearer vision you have for it, and then after the production and the shoot and whatnot, somebody from the team is coming to say something different and whatnot, and talking about how your brand is not what, or all of that, or talking about how they were not invited to whatnot. Would you want to put that person back into your team? No. You're not going to work with that person no more, because obviously lots of people know that if somebody who is part of their friend, let's even say your friend group, somebody who is part of your friend or in your friend group is saying not so nice things about you, you know for a fact that you're not going to be friends with that person no more. You're not going to invite that person to public places or somewhere with you, or somebody who is your very close friend that the both of you roll together, and the person is sharing your deepest secret. And we're not talking for this case, but we're just making reference. You know, you and that person are not going to be buddies again. So why is it that now that she's saying this? Because I mean, it's her brand, it's Issa. She can decide to choose who she wants to, or work with who she wants to work with. It's not by force. It is not. So it's her choice. What is it with people backlashing it? And it's not even making sense. People will just choose. It's just that on social media at this point, lots of people love toxicity and negativity. That is what they promote, which is not making sense. And tomorrow they say they prioritize mental health. When you are always surrounded and thinking about negative and toxicity, what are you looking for? Even mental health too will disappear.
Everybody blaming Issa because Amanda cried long enough about it is absolutely crazy. For one, not only is it impossible for Issa to fix Amanda's issues with another grown woman, it's also not her responsibility. Now, Issa is responsible for making sure the overall environment on set is safe, but managing difficult personalities off the clock and somebody else's invitation list, that expectation is crazy. And no, Issa didn't have to throw shade and answer that question. But why is Amanda able to speak on and on year after year uninterrupted?
Exactly.
Then as soon as Issa says something, that's where everybody drawing the line.
Problem.
Somehow Issa isn't allowed to defend her reputation or clear her thoughts on the situation, but Amanda can be handled like a baby? Nah, grow up. And I never understood people wanting to be friends with a bunch of folks who don't want to be friends with them anyway. That's also silly. But if you want to have friends so bad and better interactions with people, then at some point, you're going to have to address the elephant in the room. That's you. Your stank attitude, your nasty mouth, your dark energy, and your entitlement that's causing failure in all of your relationships, from romantic to family and friends, even at work. At some point, you may have to accept that the problem just might be you. And again, this is why you should stay away from unhappy, unlucky people. Their own internal issues that they're having and problems can easily rub off on you. And that's what I'm seeing with this unnecessary energy between Amanda and Issa. As for Issa, it's already said and done. I wouldn't advise her to say anything else. The way this is all set up, Issa will never be looked at as the victim. And hey, it is what it is. It's nothing to cry about. Issa, she's got a great life, a marriage, her production company. She's got so much to do that stooping to the level of Amanda and matching that energy, in my opinion, is more destructive. If she continued down that road, she'll be allowing Amanda to bring her down to her level. And as for Amanda, Amanda should be able to exist in her own corner with her binky and her weekly baby bop bimbo babble, just like Issa should be able to exist in her own cubby as well. The general public allowing Amanda to turn them against Issa, who's not really doing anything, is what's wrong with the culture right now. But I digress. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this below.
And it should be and be said, because obviously lots of people promote some certain type of behavior, toxicity, promax. Because you see some group of people will say, oh, this is who I am. I'm not going to fix myself. I'm not going to change. Accept me for who I am. Even you do not accept yourself for who you are. You are expecting other people to accept you for who you are. My friend, grow up. What is wrong with you? What is that? And this is the problem. You hear lots of people say, oh, they're not going to change themselves for who they are. They move around with dirty behavior, crazy toxic lifestyle or toxicity, like they wear it like agbada, and then they expect people to accept them with their toxicity. And when you don't accept their toxicity, it becomes a you problem. They blame it on you. My friend, fix yourself. Fix yourself. Why are you always the person always seeing problem? If it's not you that is the victim today, tomorrow it is somebody that hurt you, it is somebody that do you something, and you're not even a child. When are you going to start taking responsibility for your actions? And people don't want to call all of these things out. But if somebody they try to promote positivity, it becomes a problem. Because obviously, social media is like, if you're not toxic, if you're not on the negative edge of it, then you are the problem. Why is that? Why do we see that on the rise? Then you see regular people also say, this is who I am. Accept me for who I am. Take me who I am. If you don't accept me for who I am, leave. People will gladly leave because they don't want to associate themselves with a toxic mentality or toxic person. But yeah, exactly what the lady on the pink book lesson said. Issa should just stay off it and also stay and mind her business, not associate herself with this type of mentality or this type of behavior to destroy her reputation or to destroy her brand. She has an interesting thing going on for herself, and she should stay focused on that and leave whoever person that does not align with whatever she has going on, that is not ready to stay supportive. Then I mean, you have no business here. It's that simple. Let me know what you think about this so far. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I would really love to share that and share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.